It's like every CFL game, always comes down to the wire. Offensively speaking, same old, same old. We just got to be better when we get down there. We've done a great job of driving the ball down the field. Finishing with touchdowns is the big thing that we need to just continue to work on. Some miscommunication just lingers when you come off a bye week and you don't get that many reps. A few things that I want to be better with Philpott. We were just kind of on a couple different pages, but he wasn't put on the roster until late in the week, and so we didn't get really many reps together. And so we're still trying to learn each other out, but I'm excited about the way the defense stood on their head at the end there, and the offense did what we needed to do to continue to keep it at a 7-point game and not at that 4 or 3-point game.
There was a lot of talk about the battle between the O-line and D-line. How do you feel? Do you feel the O-line gave you a little bit more time today?
Absolutely. I don't know. I don't think we had very many sacks, if any at all. I thought they played a tremendous game. That's a good Calgary defensive line, and so if we can continue to play like that, it's great. I took a couple shots, as I always will, because it's professional football, but body was a little bit sore towards the second half, and there's a few things I just got to attend to after this game to be ready for the next one.
What can you say about your kicker doing 6 field goals?
Yeah, he missed that one early, and I told him keep swinging because he's the best kicker in the league, and he went out there and he showed it, right? So when you have a kicker that's that kind of caliber, as a quarterback, you know when you get down there that you're almost guaranteed 3 points. So don't make a mistake. Don't turn the ball over because you have a great kicker like that. So I'm just excited for him that he didn't hang his head at all. He went out there, continued to work through it, and obviously was the player of the game. That's the stand I love to see, and that's what I told him. I said after those first 2 runs back-to-back, that's the stand back I love to see, and I know he's excited. He was dealing with some injuries, and the bye week helped him out tremendously, so a healthy stand back is our best stand back. And so I'm just really excited moving forward because if we can run the ball like that, it takes a lot of pressure off our offensive line. And so I thought Coach Maas did a great job of mixing up the pass and the run game, and like I said, we moved the ball down the field pretty nicely. We just got to finish with 7 points and not 3.
Sorry if it has been asked before I just arrived, but I don't remember a game or a single practice this year where we didn't mention protection. And tonight, with that part of the game was pretty good for you guys. Only 1 sack on a stretch play. So, what can you say about the protection unit? Yeah,
just extremely proud of them. They've been getting their names dragged in the mud a lot here, and those guys have continued to show up to work, continue to have a smile on their face, and continue to work. I got all the confidence in those guys in the world, and so just blocking out the outside noise. I get it; it's a media thing where you want it, sells, articles sell like that. But those guys have done a tremendous job of just continuing to put their head down and work, and I'm so proud of them. And I knew that the more they get used to this system, because it's a new system for just about everybody on our offense except me. So once they get the feel of the system down and they start feeling more comfortable with that, it's going to be night and day difference. And I got all the faith in the world. We don't have to figure it out right now. We obviously want to win as many games early as we can, but as the season gets closer to the end, that's when the games mean more. So I'd rather us continue to learn through these growing pains.
Yeah, very solid outing. Obviously we felt in our building there's things that we could correct and we could control, and I think we've done a better job of that. And tonight I'm very proud of our guys for sticking to it, having a lot of mental toughness to make it happen, but obviously and physically being able to do the job. So couldn't be happier for our guys up front, and Cody, doing his part with that as well. But again, it's been a work in progress. We know that, and we feel like we're just going to continue to get better. And it's nice to see some of the things that we're working on, are getting better at.
How was that last minute?
Nerve-wracking, like they all are in the CFL. So every game in this league seems to be hard to win, but there's other opportunities in this game where the game maybe it doesn't come down to that. If we can make a few plays more here or there, but ultimately, when you win a game like that, it's sometimes better to win them like that than do it conversely. But ultimately, it's just great to get the win.
You must consider that a character win.
I think whether you say character or not, I know that's our team out there. The way they fight, the way they get after people, efforts never questioned. There's plays to be made that I know we can make, and I know that's things we'll look at. But ultimately, guys never give up. They always work together, and when you play a team that's been in every game like that, like every single one of their wins and even their losses, it's always come down to the last second. So for our guys to step up and play a game like that against them and come out victorious, you always feel good about that. So yeah, if you want to call it character, that's fine with me.
Are you disappointed coming off a bye week that the offense struggled the way it did?
Well, we had 6 scoring possessions, so I don't know if we struggled like that. When you score on 6 possessions in this league, even whether they're field goals or not, and possibly a 7th, and 7 scoring opportunities. We look at the plays that we probably could have made, to, like I said, maybe put that game a little bit further ahead at times. Those are the things we need to work on. But to be disappointed on 6 or 7 scoring opportunities in this league, I don't know if that's the correct way of looking at it. We do need to get better, absolutely. And I don't know that the bye had anything to do with it. I mean, it just comes down to execution at times and better play calling on my part at times. So, we'll look at everything and then try to get better from it.
What was the thinking between the plan on defense with that 30 front?
Well, again, that's something, you look at when you have 5 weeks to look at your film and look at yourself and analyze it and watch other teams in the league and see what they're doing. And, know that we have multiple package that we haven't really utilized. And, you're looking at things that might give an offense a little bit more looks to look at and more things to prepare for. And that was kind of the thought process. And not to mention we have good personnel for it as well. So when we decided to go with one less interior D lineman and to be able to have a 30 front to take the load off of Mondo and Mustafa in the middle, it helps that. And not to mention, like I said, you can do a variety of different things out of it. It generally makes the O-line, and the offensive line coach who hasn't seen it, talk about it during the game, which is always good. But ultimately, that was something, Noel, we talked about during the bye of something we could do differently and maybe get a little bit more pressures out of it. And I thought it worked very well tonight.
One of these guys who step up is Cordell Rogers at the end. What do you think about his way of playing tonight in fourth quarter also?
Yeah, I mean, Cordell had a solid night. He's been a very welcome addition since he's been put on the field for us. We see it every day in practice. We saw it a lot in camp. He's a cover corner. I mean, he's a guy that has a lot of confidence in his abilities, has great technique, doesn't hesitate out there, and will make plays. I was very proud, though, of Ento tonight because Ento switched positions, and he had a lot of pressure on him going into this game. And we talked to him and said, hey, you've been put in a lot of positions to make plays, and you haven't made one yet. So let's make a play. When it's there, you got to have confidence you can make it. And to change a position and then make the biggest play in the game, I mean, that's pretty awesome. And so, I was very proud of both of those guys.